The invisible people, people like me, people like you, the janitors, the truck drivers, the laborers, those who work every day and pave the way for those who get rich to get richer. They're the ones in the foundation that this country was founded on, built on, and still exists on. But do you know, as dark as I am, I used to say when I was working in an educational institution, that as dark as I am, and it's broad daylight, 12 o'clock noon, but I could walk and have a cart in my hand. I mean, pushing something. And you know what? I was invisible. I mean, because let me tell you something. Most rich people forget what it is to struggle because they make other people struggle for them. But it's not that they have a really good life a lot of times. A lot of times their lives are pathetic. But the lack of them struggling for some of the things that we struggle for makes them bad guys. And why do they become bad guys? Because they disrespect the people who made them. And that's us, the people who clean up behind them, who feed their children from their breasts. They don't do it anymore. The ones who was the housekeepers, the nannies. You see, this new term of nanny, getting paid a whole bunch of, a lot of money to do certain things that slaves had to do for free. But you know, to find out who somebody really is, all you have to do is watch how they treat people that they think have nothing to offer them. You see, the people upstairs can't see the people downstairs. And I learned a long time ago that I could not work for a human being in my mindset, even though I know I got paid and they signed the check or deposited the check or human resources. See, in my mind, I couldn't work for them. I had to work for something that was greater than me, a human being. You know, in my mind, I had to psych myself out. A friend of mine, Griot One, told me, you got to put the mask on. See, a lot of us, the invisible people, have to put on a mask, even though the people who actually have everything, own everything, they wear masks, but they wear a different kind of mask. The ones like me, we wear masks just to survive. You see, we're not people just cleaning up offices or distributing commodities or following orders or laborers. We are paying rent. We are sending children to school, college, feeding our families. See, the real sacrifices happen downstairs to the slaves, the ones who build the company, who actually build a company. I'm not talking about the ones that sit up in the doggone conference rooms making these decisions because they don't carry none of them out. It's just like a general on a battlefield. He doesn't take a M16 and go out there and fight the enemy. He sends other people out. Most of the time, they're people of color. And they're not rich. But we can't see the game because most of the time, we're so busy trying to survive. survival. And not only that, some of us are good at following orders, you know? But how can you tell a kind person? By the way they treat people who clean things. Look at your maids and your janitors and your electricians or HVAC or whatever you want to call them. And if they supervisors, they ain't nothing but I would say mid-level slaves. But they think that they have arrived because everybody wants to be better than the man on the bottom. You know, how do you respect people that clean up after you? Even if it's in your own home. But especially when you go punch that clock. Because, see, everybody keeps telling me it's 2026. But we losing voting rights. We losing Social Security, gun rights, the right to drive, the right to even exist is in jeopardy. See, not long ago, water was free. Not long ago, I was told that we pay for the roads, bridges, and all of that through our taxes because I don't see the government selling anything to make any money. All I see them is making decisions about taxpayers' money and taxing the people. See, we act like what this is really just to be honest about the whole thing. This is nothing but taxation without representation, okay? All we have to go is look at how England treated supposedly the 13 colonies and what the 13 colonies did to the slaves, and we can see that it's a repeat of history. You understand? But we don't want to look at that. See, we don't want to look at the predators, you know, because most predators, and I'm talking about most people in order to become trillionaires and billionaires and everything else, they're predatory. You see, they hunt the invisible people, the people that they think that are on the lower end of humankind. And we play a part in that, you see? Because like a friend of mine told me, you see, if you think they had 100 white folks that were slaves and they had 10 black masters or whatever you want to call it, how long do you think it would take for them to overthrow those black people? Now let's reverse it. You got 10 masters, white, European. You got 100 or 200 blacks. How long you think it'll take for those blacks to overthrow those Europeans? Don't answer that, just think about it. All I could tell you is that a lot of times we need to think about the things that people tell us, and we need to start thinking for ourselves. I've even been told don't make eye contact with somebody, man. You know, that's why I say I couldn't work for a human being after I got a certain age. You understand? Black folks and people of color, you know, had to hold their head down to somebody who was their child at one time. See, I'm not going to bow down to my child. But you don't know that. That's because you don't know your history. So today, every day should be Mother's and Father's Day.